Welcome everybody into the Dragon's Lair here on the campus of Howard Community College. I am Matt Trudell and I will be here today to bring you a doubleheader where your Dragons, both men and women's team, will take on the College of Southern Maryland Hawks. This is sophomore night in the building, so we will be celebrating the sophomore on both teams. But before we discuss the sophomores on this HCC women's team, let's go over the visiting College of Southern Maryland Hawks. They come into this building today 5-11, 2-7 in the conference, and they are 3-10 on the road. They're on a 2-game losing streak. They lost to Chesapeake 79-67 on February 11th, and at CCBC Essex 129-50. Their last victory coming February 7th at Allegheny College of Maryland 116-41. This team averages 61.6 points per game. They give up 72.9, but they average a little under 19 turnovers a game. So that is something to look out. This Dragons team is very, very tough on defense. They shoot 54% from the field, 30% from three-point range. 54% from the free throw line, 30.4% from the three-point range, 38.2% from the field. The Dragons come into today 14-8 on the season, 7-1 in the conference, 7-1 here in Columbia, hoping to make it 8-1 tonight. They have 4 sophomores that we will get into, but first we will talk about Corey People, 43.4% from three-point range. Tasia Goodman, 32.6. They're the two best three-point shooters. Tasia Goodman averages 21.6 points per game. The Hawks, their leading scorer, Janiyah Jones, 15.8 points per game, followed by Janiyah Sims, 11.1 points, and she is a 34.1% three-point shooter, the best three-point shooter on this team. The Hawks come into this game as only having 5 players that they will field. Let's go into the starters real quick, starting for the visiting Hawks. Number 23, Janiyah Jones, she is a freshman guard. Number 1, Janiyah Sims, she is a freshman guard. Number 3, Mariah Jones, she's a freshman guard. Number 13, Jariah Russell, a freshman guard. And number 5, Tia Dixon, a freshman forward. They are coached by Marcus LeCount. The Dragons, starting tonight, number 2, Corey People. Number 21, Madison Carey. Number 1, Tasia Goodman. Number 22, Quatasia Johnson. And number 11, Lillian Eldridge. Let's talk about how the Dragons are starting just one freshman tonight. That's Madison Carey. The other 4 starters are the sophomores that are celebrating sophomore tonight. That is Quatasia Johnson. She is from Hyattsville, Maryland. She started her career at Prince George's Community College and then transferred here. She has been a highly valued member, coming off the bench in recent time, having major games. Next, Tasia Goodman. She is a transfer from Hagerstown Community College. She's been a huge member of this team, second in three-point percentage, and her and Corey People work really well together as a guard combination. Next is Lillian Eldridge. She spent both years here in Columbia. This is her 49th game as a Dragon tonight. She has been a part of 34 wins over that time, and she is transferring to the New York City School of Interior Design. She is from Columbia, Maryland. And finally, Corey People, the leading scorer of this team. She's a transfer from Prince George's Community College. She, this year, is currently the 8th leading scorer in NJCAA Division II. She's scored over 900 points in her collegiate career so far, and she will go to the Notre Dame College of Maryland to continue her academic and athletic career. She is from Washington, D.C. The Dragons are coached by head coach Erin Barnes. She is assisted by Connor Rice, Chantrell Oliver, and Lamont Vaughn. I'm going to step away. We are going to continue to watch this sophomore night celebration, and we will be back after starters and the national anthem for the first half of this ball game. right, welcome back to Columbia. Both teams have been announced. The national anthem has been played. The Dragons will come out having a bench advantage. There will be no substitutions for the Hawks tonight, so they will be stuck with their main 5 players. 2 of them averaging 5 points or less. The other 3 over 10 points. Mariah Jones 10.1 points per game. Janiah Sims 11.1. And then Janiah Jones, the leading scorer of this team, 15.8 points per game. We will start this game with Jariah Russell will do the opening tip against Quatasia Johnson. And Dragons 14-8 on the season. They will be the 2 seed in the Region 20 tournament coming up. The first quarterfinal matchup will be here in-house next Tuesday, March 1st. And the Hawks win the tip-off. Goes off of Lillian Eldred's hand. Now open for 3. Missed Mariah Jones. Now rebounded by Corey People. She's going to slow it down. And now the Dragons will have their first possession. Madison Carey, again, the only non-sophomore on the court. Quatasia Johnson drives, puts it up off the backboard. Nice take by Quatasia Johnson. And the first 2 points belong to the Dragons. Now Jones, Mariah Jones. Now Janiah Jones for 3. Misses that. Battle for the rebound. Goes down to Corey People. Now Corey People's heading the other way. She's going to kick it all the way over to Tasia Goodman. Goodman open for 3. Baseline. Misses a little too strong. It's rebounded by Jariah Russell. And now the Hawks are heading the other way. Mariah Jones is going to run point. Gets it to Janiah Jones. For 3, a deep 3 is missed by Janiah Sims. Rebounded by Goodman, and she gets it up to Corey People. People drives, but she's going to kick it out to Lillian Eldredge. Lillian Eldredge pump fakes, loses control of the ball, then throws it out to Tasia Goodman. Inside to Madison Carey. Madison Carey pump fakes and gets the layup off the backboard. She hits the ground. 4-0 is the score here in Columbia, starting off. 8:28 left in the first quarter. Now with the ball, Janiah Sims bounces over to Janiah Jones. Gets it to Mariah Jones. Now Sims. Sims gets it smacked away by Quatasia Johnson. Johnson's taking on everybody, and it gets stolen away by Mariah Jones. She's going to throw it all the way, of course, to Janiah Jones, who passes it right back to Tia Dixon, who misses the 2-point jumper. And Tasia Goodman gets the rebound and will bring it back up the court. Hawks team has struggled all year, 3-10 on the road, 5-11 on the season. People now over Goodman. Goodman gets it over to Eldredge, back to Goodman. Goodman's going to fire off a 3, misses it. Battle for the rebound, and gets smacked out of bounds off of Quatasia Johnson. So it will stay. It will go to the Hawks, College of Southern Maryland. And now Mariah Jones gets the inbound pass from her teammate. She brings it up the court. Quatasia Johnson playing defense on her. She's going to get it over to Sims. And then it's stolen away by Quatasia Johnson, but then stolen back by Janiah Jones, and she throws it out of bounds. And a timeout is going to be called by Coach LeCount. He calls a 30-second timeout. We're going to step out while we're here. 4-0. Dragons up. 7:21 left in the first quarter. All right, we're back out on the court. It will be Dragons ball. Lillian Eldredge going to inbound the ball and gets it to Tasia Goodman. She's going to call out a play for her team. Gets it to Madison Carey. Now Johnson. Back to Goodman. Corey People now with it. She's going to drive, dribbles it back out, bounces it inside to Johnson. Johnson on the post. Gets it to Eldridge. Eldridge will drive baseline, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Lillian Eldridge. Good job by Mariah Jones getting in the right position, drawing that charge. And now Mariah Jones is rewarded. She's going to run point for her team here. Under 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Sims now with the ball. Bounces over to Janiyah Jones. Jones throws it over to Dixon. Extra pass. Open three on the baseline is drained by number 13, Jariah Russell. 4-3 is the score. Dragons have a 1-point lead here in Columbia. Now Tasia Goodman gets it over to Corey People. People's going to drive, take on everybody, gets it smacked out of her hands. It goes out of bounds, so it will stay with the Dragons. Lillian Eldridge looking to inbound the ball. Throws it, gets it smacked down, and it's stolen away by the Dragons. And now Coach Barnes will make a three substitutions. A foul is going to be called on Madison Carey. And going to the line will be Janiyah Sims. She is a 43.3% free throw shooter. She is the best three-point shooter on the team. Quatasia Johnson, Lillian Eldridge, and Madison Carey come out of the game for Sarah Deese, India Young, and Kalani Corcoran. All three are freshmen. First free throw is good for Janiyah Sims. Misses that one, rebounded by India Young. She gets it to Corey People, and now in transition, Corey People gets her pass stolen away, but India Young is able to clean it up and gets an easy two-point basket. 6-4, 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Dragons have a 2-point lead. Mariah Jones out to Dixon. Now Janiyah Jones gets it stolen away by Corey People, and Corey People will take it the whole way. Miss it. India Young gets the rebound. She misses the putback. It gets blocked, and then it goes out of bounds off of India Young's feet. And Coach Barnes will call a timeout, so we will step away here in Columbia. 5:48 left in the first quarter. Dragons up 2. All right, we are back. Dragons back out on the court. They will stay with their same lineup. Mariah Jones inbounds the ball to Janiyah Sims, who gets it back to her. Now the Dragons will press. Almost thrown away. Janiyah Jones back over to Mariah Jones. Now Janiyah Jones. And Janiyah Sims for three. Misses that. Rebounded by Tasia Goodman. Dragons running fast. Goodman over to People. People pump fakes. Throws it over to India Young. Young back out to Goodman. Now Sarah Deese for three. Misses that one. Rebounded by Dixon. And now Janiyah Jones heading the other way for the Hawks. She's going to take on everybody. And it gets stolen away by Tasia Goodman. But they are going to call a foul on her. It's a very close call. Janiyah Jones goes to the line 69.2% from the free throw line. Again, she averages 15.8 points per game coming into today. Misses the front. A little short, hits the front of the rim. And the second one. Makes that one, so cuts it to a 1-point lead. Dragons up 6-5. Tasia Goodman gets the inbound from India Young. Gets it into India Young. Now Kalani Corcoran. Corcoran, strong take. Good mismatch. Easy. 2-point basket. Dragons up by 3. Now Mariah Jones. Janiyah Jones throws up a floater in the lane. Misses it. Rebounded by Sarah Deese, who throws it up to Corey People. Corey People gets a hit off of her leg. But they're going to say it's off of the Hawks, so it's going to remain Dragons ball. Sarah Diska is going to go under her hoop around baseline to inbound the ball. And she throws, and they call a 5-second call on the Dragons. Seemed a little quick, but Dragons have to be a little quicker getting the ball in. Now the Hawks have the ball. Mariah Jones is going to bring it up. They're 1 of 7 from the field. So that is something. They need to start shooting the ball better, get better shots. Mariah Jones' step-back jumper missed. Rebounded, put back by Jariah Russell. She misses it, but she is fouled by Sarah Deese. So now Russell goes to the line for 2 free throws. These are her first free throws of the game. And she is a 47% free throw shooter. Makes the first one. Sarah Deese comes out of the game for Quatasia Johnson. Second free throw. Misses that one. 1 of 2. Rebounded by Corey People. Dragons up 2. Under 4.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Goodman gets it over to People. People shakes her defender out the way and then has a 2-point jumper. Misses that. Battle for the rebound. It goes off of number 5, Tia Dixon. So will remain with the Dragons. Kalani Corcoran will look to inbound the ball. Gets it into India Young. India Young and misses the shot, but she is fouled. The foul is going to be on number 5, Tia Dixon. India Young will go to the line. This will be the first free throws for the Dragons. And India Young is a 65.3% free throw shooter. A little strong on the first one. All right, second free throw is made, stretches it back out to a 3-point lead, and we are hitting the 4-minute mark left in this first quarter. Quatasia Johnson almost tips the ball into a steal. It ends up in Janaea Sims' hand, who gets it to Mariah Jones. Mariah Jones is going to drive, got away with the travel. A 3-point shot is missed by her teammate Sims, rebounded by Tasia Goodman. Goodman gets it to Corcoran. Corcoran open for 3. Misses that one. Battle for the rebound. And Johnson gets fouled on the ground. So that would be Tia Dixon, I believe, second foul, second team foul. Again, no subs available to this Southern Maryland team. Kalani Corcoran looking to inbound the ball. Gets it into Tasia Goodman. Goodman gets it down low to Young. Young gets swarmed, loses the ball, misses the putback. The layup, but Quatasia Johnson cleans it up. 11-6 is the score. Mariah Jones now. Dragons running a 1-3-1 zone, and the Hawks have struggled with it since they've switched to it. Now Sims, and they're going to call a foul. Tough. Foul is on Kalani Corcoran. That's her first. So going to the line for free throws is number 1, Janaea Sims, 43%. Misses the first one. She was 1 of 2 coming into that last shot, so she's 1 of 3. We'll have a chance to make it 50%. Misses both of them. Quatasia Johnson gets the rebound, throws it up to Tasia Goodman. Now Aggressive defense by this Hawks team. Now Goodman, 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Now Corcoran gets a pick from her teammate, bounces over to Corey People. Corey People's gonna go baseline, step back, misses the shot, smacked back by Johnson, but it's stolen away by Jariah Russell. She's gonna calm it down and get it over to her teammate Sims. Sims over to Mariah Jones. Now Russell's gonna drive, passes it baseline, missed floater, is rebounded by Corcoran, and then they're gonna call a foul on Janaea Sims. Janaea Sims missed the shot, tried to steal the ball back. Madison Carey will come back into this game.
Madison Carey checking back in.
Madison Carey will come in for India Young. India Young, 3 points off the bench so far. Second leading scorer on her team in this first quarter, but has earned some rest. Tasia Goodman bounces it down low to Carey. Carey gets fouled by Dixon, and that'll be Dixon's 3rd foul. This is a moment where you would really like to have some substitutions because she is 2 fouls away. Corcoran gets it into Corey People. People for 3. Her first 3 shot of the game, misses it. Rebounded by Janiah Jones. Gets it up to Mariah Jones. And now Jones has to spin it back out. It's stolen away. Battle on the ground. They're going to call a jump ball. Corey People gets hit in the face. That's a jump ball, so it will go to the Dragons. All right, Kalani Corcoran going to look to inbound the ball. Tasia Goodman's going to come back and help her. And now we're back underway, 11-6, 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Dragons up by 5. Quatasia Johnson inside to People, out to Goodman. Goodman for 3. Misses that one. Corcoran comes down with the rebound, gets it into Johnson. Johnson, nice. Quatasia Johnson really coming on as of late. Ending her career here in a Dragons uniform strong. Missed 3 by Sims. Goodman ends up with it. Throws a perfect pass up to Corey People, who makes the layup. Tasia Goodman over here looking like Tom Brady. And now Mariah Jones. Lillian Eldridge will come into the game. Gets over to Russell. Russell gets trapped in the corner, but she's able to get it away. Now Mariah Jones for 3, and she hits that one at the top of the point. 15-9 is the score. 1:11 left in the first quarter. Goodman gets the ball stolen away on her pass. Now Janiah Jones heading the other way. 3-on-2. Mariah Jones stops, pops a 2-point shot, misses it, but Jariah Russell gets the rebound. And now she gets it out, and they call a travel on Jariah Russell. Heads up play by Jariah Russell getting the rebound, but took an extra step. Eldridge comes in for Johnson. We are under a minute left in the first quarter. Dragons up by 6. And Corey People comes down, gets the inbound from Tasia Goodman, and now we're back underway. Tasia Goodman's going to run the point. Now Corey People thinks about it, splits the defense, gets it out to Goodman. Goodman travels. Now Sarah Deese is going to come back into this game. Dragons she's going to come in for Corey People. Tia Dixon brings it up the court, gets it to Mariah Jones. Now over to Russell. Back to Jones. Jones almost gets it smacked away. She's able to recover, shoots a 3. In and out. Madison Carey with the rebound, and 1 shot left. Coach Barnes calls for it. Tasia Goodman gets it across the line. So the Dragons up 6, have a chance to extend their lead. Goodman, she's going to fire off a 3 early. Miss. Madison Carey gets the ball. Rebound. She misses it, gets her own rebound. and then they're going to call a travel on Madison Carey. So now Jones gets it into Dixon. 4, 3, 2. She's got to shoot a 3. She shoots a 3. It gets blocked by Tasia Goodman. And that is the end of the first quarter. Dragons up 6, 15-9. We'll be back at the start of the second quarter. All right, Matt Trudeau back with you. First quarter stats. Dragons turned the ball over 7 times to the Hawks 5 times. Dragons are out rebounding the Southern Maryland Hawks 20-8. Points off turnover, the Hawks 5-2 in the lead. So we are back underway. Mariah Jones gets the inbound, gets it over to Sims. Now Dixon. Mariah Jones getting trapped. Russell will drive baseline and gets it smacked away, but she's going to regain control. Now Janiyah Jones over to Mariah Jones. Now Russell thought about a 3. She's going to try and split the defense. Now Mariah Jones with it. Russell struggles with it, tries to save it. Dixon smacks it out of bounds. It'll be Dragons ball. Excellent defense by this Dragons team. Lillian Eldridge and India Young back into the game for the Dragons. Now Sarah Deese over Goodman. Eldridge gets it inside to Young. Young throws up a tough shot, misses it, but Corcoran gets the rebound and puts it up. Excellent play by Kalani Corcoran, getting the good offensive rebound and making sure it counts. All right, Jones over to Sims. Now Dixon with the ball. Sims. Dixon, extra pass to Russell. Russell in the corner, throws it all the way out to Mariah Jones. Jones shoots a 3. She gets fouled, and then they're going to call a foul on Tasia Good. It's a 2-shot. So it's a deep 2 and a chance to make it a 3-point play for Mariah Jones. She is a 52% free throw shooter. Tasia Goodman comes out. That's her second foul. Corey People will come in. Jones makes the free throw, so that's a 3-point play. 17-12. Dragons are up. Corey People gets over Sarah Deese. Gets it back to her. Now Corcoran. India Young getting swarmed. Pass to Deese. Extra pass to Corey People. Baseline 3. Misses it. It's rebounded by Janiyah Jones, who gets it up to Sims. Sims is going to take on. Underhook. Makes the layup. Good take by Janiyah Sims. Cuts it to a 3-point lead. India Young, Corcoran. Now Deese. Deese open for 3. She's going to miss that one. Rebounded by India Young on the offensive glass, and they're going to call a foul. And that might be on Dixon. Nope, it is going to be on Mariah Jones. That is her first personal, I believe.
India Young at the line, shooting 2.
Yep, that is her first foul. 2 shots coming to India Young. She is a 65% free throw shooter. Makes the first one, nothing but net. Second free throw. Makes both of them for India Young. Stretches the lead back out to 5 points. Mariah Jones now with the ball. Now Janiyah Jones throws it into Russell. She couldn't handle it, but it bounces to Sims' hands. Sims gets it back out to Russell. Russell's going to split the defenders, and it gets smacked away by India Young. It goes out of bounds. So it will remain Hawks ball. 14 seconds will be on the shot clock when we're back underway, and we are. Mariah Jones gets the inbound. Now she gets it over to Dixon, and Mariah Jones gets it smacked away, but she ends up back with it, shoots a three, misses everything. No shot, the shot clock reset. Janiyah Jones shoots a three and banks it off the backboard. Heads up play by Janiyah Jones, gets repaid, and it's back down to a 2-point game. Corey People now with the ball. Dragons have been playing great defense. Corcoran bounces over to Deese. Deese gets it into Lillian Eldridge. Eldridge throws up the shot, misses it. Battle for the rebound. Russell taps it into Mariah Jones. And now the Hawks have a chance to tie or take the lead in this possession. Mariah Jones is going to drive, kicks it over to Russell. Russell will shoot a three, misses it, rebounded by India Young. And now the Dragons have another chance to build on their lead. Corey People gets it across the line. 7 minutes left in this first half. Corcoran splits her defenders, gets it out to Corey People. She couldn't handle the pass, but she'll step in, take a deep two, and she makes that one. 21-17, Dragons up. Mariah Jones now at the Hawks with the ball. Now Russell, back to Mariah Jones. Now Janiyah Jones. Janiyah Jones tries to drive. It gets smacked out of bounds by India Young. Quatasia Johnson and Madison Carey will come in for India Young and Lillian Eldridge. And now Janiyah Jones will look to inbound the ball. All right. Gets it all the way out to Russell. Russell thought about shooting a three. She's going to get it back to Sims. Now Russell. It's smacked away, but ends up in Mariah Jones' hand. She steps in, deep two, misses it. Madison Carey gets the rebound, hands it to Corcoran, who hands it to People. And we're back underway. Dragons are 0 of 9 from three-point range. Sarah Deese inside to Kalani Corcoran. Corcoran gets blocked. It goes out of bounds off of the Hawks. Coach Barnes wanted a foul. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Sarah Deese looking to inbound the ball. She needs to get it out of her hands quickly. She gets it to Corey People. Corey People's going to drive, and a foul is called. 2 shots coming Corey People's way. It's on number 1. That is her second, Janiyah Sims. Corey People goes to the line for 2 free throws, 74.3% free throw shooter. First one, little too strong. Now second free throw. Makes that one 22-17. Dragons are up 5 points. 6 minutes left in the first half. Russell gets it over to Jones, Mariah Jones, who gets it to Janiyah Jones, who gets fouled by Madison Carey. I believe that might be her second foul. It is her second foul. Looking to inbound. Russell gets it into Sims, who backs out and then splits the defense, throws a floater up in the lane, a little too strong. Rebounded by Madison Carey, who gets it to Corey People. Now Sarah Deese. Corcoran at the point. Gets it over to Sarah Deese. Sarah Deese for 3. And makes the first 3 for the Dragons tonight. Stretches it out to an 8-point lead. 5.5 minutes left. Now Dragons go back into that 1-3-1 zone. Quatasia Johnson playing the point on defense for that. Mariah Jones has to throw up a wild shot, misses it. Corcoran knocks it down, but ends up in Mariah Jones' hand. She misses that, and then Janiyah Jones gets it to Tia Dixon, who shoots a three, misses everything, and then a foul is called on number 1, Janaea Sims.
Howard, foul number 1.
That will be her second.
Correction, last foul
I'm sorry,
number 1
that was
for
her
the
third
Hawks.
foul.
Janiyah Sims, her third personal.
So now the Janiyah Sims and Tia Dixon both in foul trouble in this first half for the Hawks. Corey People brings it up the court. Over to Corcoran, back to People. Now Deese throws it all the way over to Corey People. Corey People's gonna shoot a three with the defender in her face, misses it. Battle for the rebound goes to India Young. India Young picks up her dribble out to Deese. Deese for a three, misses that one just a little too strong. Janiyah Jones ends up with the rebound, and she is fouled by Quatasia Johnson.
Dragons foul number 22, Q Johnson, her first.
Johnson, that's her first foul. Lillian Eldridge is going to come in for Sarah Deese.
Replacing Sarah Deese.
Jones gets it into Mariah Jones. Now Corey People smacks the pass away, but it is saved by the Hawks. Tia Dixon. Mariah Jones getting swarmed by Corey People. Now Sims. Mariah Jones, good drive to her right, throws up a baseline jumper, misses it. Rebounded by Janiyah Jones. She misses that and rebounded by Kalani Corcoran and gets it to Corey People, heading the other way. People over to India Young. Now Eldridge. Eldridge, the extra pass, a little wild. Quatasia Johnson and Kalani Corcoran didn't know who it was meant for. It goes out of bounds, so it will go back to the Hawks. And now Mariah Jones gets it into Tia Dixon, who gets it back to her. We're back underway. 4 minutes left in this first half. Dragons up by 8 points. This is their largest lead of this game so far, largest lead for either team. Now Janiyah Jones gets it smacked away by India Young. She gets it now to Mariah Jones, who gets it back to her. Janiyah Jones drives, throws up a wild floater off the backboard and in. A couple wild shots made by Janiyah Jones in this first half so far. Now Corey People with the ball. Kalani Corcoran drives baseline, gets out to Eldridge. Eldridge for a deep two. Misses that one a little too strong. Rebounded by Sims, and now the Hawks are heading the other way. Sims, she's going to fire off a three, and she hits that. Big time three by number 1, Janiyah Sims, cuts it to a 3-point game, and we have a timeout here in Columbia. 25-22, Dragons up 3, 3:21 left in the first half. All right, both teams are back out on the court. Dragons are with the possession. Lillian Eldridge gets it into Corey People. Dragons up 3. Their lead has been as large as 8 in this game. Quatasia Johnson takes on defenders, misses the shot. Rebounded by Janiyah Jones. of the Hawks. She's going to bring it up the court, gets it to Mariah Jones for 3. Misses that one. And rebounded by India Young. Now People gets it up the court. Lillian Eldridge looking for some help. Spins out of it, gets it to Quatasia Johnson. Johnson's going to split the defenders, throws up a floater, misses the shot. And the battle for the rebound, the Hawks are somehow able to save it. Tia Dixon gets it across the center line. Gets it over to Janiyah Jones. Now Sims. Extra shot to Mariah Jones. Shoots a 3. Misses that. Battle for the rebound goes to India Young. India Young gets it back to Corey People. And now Corey People, India Young, Eldridge, Corcoran for 3. Misses that one. Rebounded by Lillian Eldridge. She's going to take it all the way. Missed the layup. And it is rebounded by Mariah Jones. Jones gets it stolen away by Kalani Corcoran. And they're going to settle it down. Just under 2 minutes left in the first half. Dragons are up by 3. Would like to paddle into their lead going into the second half. People gets a pick, throws it over to Corcoran. Corcoran's going to fire off a baseline 3 again. Misses that. And it goes out of bounds. It will be Hawks ball. Tasia Goodman will come into the game for Kalani Corcoran. Mariah Jones gets the inbound. We're back underway. A chance to tie it or cut the lead to 1. Jones over to Dixon. Dixon gets swarmed and she gets called for a carry. Excellent defense by Corey People. 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the first half. Tasia Goodman gets it over the line. Over to Eldridge, to Goodman, now Corey People. Inside to India Young. India Young posts up the defender. Nice take and gets the layup. Excellent job by India Young. Schooling the defender. 27-22. And now Sims with the ball, best three-point shooter on this team. Gets it to Jones. Now Sims left open for 3. Misses it. Rebounded by India Young. She's looking for some help. Gets it over to Tasia Goodman. Under a minute left here in Columbia in the first half. Dragons up by 5. Nice pass, India Young. Nice pass by Corey People. India Young, excellent move. Teaching a clinic down in the post right now is India Young. Now Janiyah Jones over to Russell. Russell for 3. Misses it. Rebounded by Quatasia Johnson. And the Dragons are with it. Hawks will have another possession, but it might not be long depending on how quick. Johnson gets it down low to India Young. India Young puts up the shot, misses it, but gets fouled. I think the foul is on number 3. So that is Mariah Jones. That is her second. India Young, again, a 65.3% free throw shooter. Sarah Deese comes in for Tasia Goodman.
Sarah Deese back on for the Hawks, for the Dragons.
India Young, 3 of 4 from the free throw line so far in this game. Leading scorer for this team in the first half. Makes the first one. She is now in double digits, 10 points, 8 rebounds. A heck of a first half for the freshman. 8-point lead, has a chance to make it the biggest lead of the night for the Dragons. She misses it, rebounded, and now Quatasia Johnson somehow steals it. She's going to throw up a shot, miss everything, and Mariah Jones ends up with it. 6 seconds left. Rushed it a little too much. Mariah Jones now. Mariah Jones traveled, but they're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul on Quatasia Johnson. To me, it looked like a travel.
Foul number 22, Q Johnson.
That will be Johnson's second. Jones goes to the line for 2 free throws. She is 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 6 points here in the first half. makes the first one. Back down to a 7-point lead for the Dragons. Stay tuned. At halftime, we'll have an interview with Coach Connor Rice, assistant coach Connor Rice. Makes both of them 6-point lead. The Dragons will just inbound it, and that will be the end of the first half. Dragons up 30-24 at half. We'll be back with an interview. All right, Matt Trudell back here with Coach Rice. Coach, what's your thoughts on the first half?
I think there was a lot of settling for jumpers. We're 1 of 14 from 3 right now. And I'm very much for the three-pointer. I think it's how we're getting them right now. At the end of the second quarter, I think we saw a lot of getting the ball into the post, and a lot of good things happen, right? I think if we continue to look inside, try and get the ball in there first, then kick out, I think that's definitely the offense we're looking for. Defense is okay. I think we're settling a ton offensively, though. I think looking high-low, a little bit more in the high post, like reading the floor. We're just very much the three is open, but I think it's open for a reason right now. We're 1 of 14, so I think, hey, look inside, stay aggressive. We're settling a lot.
I was about to say points in the paint have been really good in the first half. Both India and Madison had some luck down there. Quatasia had some luck down there early on. And the rebounding, out-rebounding them 35-21, that's big as well.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah, Q especially comes in there. He brings a ton of energy, offensive rebound. That's another way, hey, get yourself involved. If you can't get it directly in the paint or in the post, get an offensive rebound, get an easy shots. I think that's definitely a huge advantage for us right now, offensive rebounding. But staying aggressive, I think we're settling. It's sophomore night, right? There's a lot of emotions. I think the second half, we still into ourselves, play smart offensively, not bail them out. I think we're all right. But we got to come out aggressive, not settle so much.
Well, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, halftime score 30-24. We're about 12 minutes and 40 seconds away from the second half starting. We'll go over stats here shortly. All right, Matt Trudell back with you here in Columbia. Let's go over some first half stats. First and foremost, let's go over Dragons shooting 30.8% from the field, 1 of 14, 7.1% from three-point range, 5 of 8, 62.5% from the free throw line. On the other side, the Hawks are shooting 7 of 33, 21.2% from the field, 4 of 19 from three-point range, is 21.1%. And 6 of 11, 54.5% from the free throw line. Both teams have 8 turnovers. The Hawks have 7 points off turnovers to the Dragons 6. Dragons are out rebounding the Hawks 35-21. Offensive rebounds 13-6 in Dragons' favor. Defensive rebounds 22-15 in the Dragons' favor. Assists 7-2 in the Dragons' favor. Blocks go to the Hawks 2-0. Steals 4-3. The Dragons are in the lead, and fouls 9 and 8 apiece. On the point scoring wise, when it comes to the Hawks are led by number 3, Mariah Jones, with 8 points. Janiyah Jones has 6, and Janaea Sims has 6 as well. The Dragons are led off the bench. India Young, 10 points, 8 rebounds, followed by Quatasia Johnson, 6 points for her, and then 5 points by Corey People. The largest lead of the game was 9 by the Dragons. There's been 0 lead changes, and the score has been tied 1 time. We are a little under a minute away from the start of second half, my apologies, and we'll be back as soon as we are back under action. All right, Matt Trudell back with you here in Columbia. Both teams are back out on the court. It will be Dragons ball to start this second half. The Dragons come out with all their starters from the first half: Tasia Goodman, Corey People, Lillian Eldridge, Quatasia Johnson, and Madison Carey. And the Hawks continue with the same 5 players they've been forced to play with the whole game. So that is Jones, Sims, Dixon, and Russell. Madison Carey gets it down low, turns around, gets it blocked, but they're going to call a foul. The foul's going to be called on Jariah Russell. And 2 free throws coming Madison Carey's way. 56.3% from the free throw line.
Madison Carey at the line for 2.
All right, Carey gets the ball, has a chance at her first free throw right now. Misses that one. All right, Carey with the second shot, misses that one. It's rebounded by Janiyah Jones, and no harm, no foul on that one. Now Jones gets it over to Dixon. Now Sims, back to Dixon, inside to Janiyah Jones. Jones kicks it out to Russell. Russell will drive baseline, gets it inside, and they're going to call a foul. Foul's, I believe, going to be on Tasia Goodman. Nope, it's on Corey People.
Dragons foul number 2, Corey People.
That's her first. Russell is going to throw it into Mariah Jones. Jones going to move towards the center of the court, gets it over to Janiyah Jones. Janiyah Jones for 3. Off the backboard and in. That's her 3rd bank of the game so far. Second banked three. Cuts it to a 3-point lead. Tasia Goodman gets it across the line over to Eldridge. Eldridge bounces over to Quatasia Johnson. Now Goodman. Inside to Carey. Carey bounces it into Johnson. Johnson slips. And they're going to call a jump ball. A turnover by the Dragons. So they are going to give it to the Hawks. And Mariah Jones heading the other way. Now Janiyah Jones over to Sims. Sims gonna drive in, kicks it out to Dixon. Now to Jones. Jones gets it over to Russell. Russell's gonna drive, throws up the shot in the lane, misses it, and they battle for the rebound. Quatasia Johnson smacks it out of bounds. It will stay with the Hawks. So 20 seconds will be left on the shot clock. Mariah Jones gets it in. Now she'll get the pass back. She thought about it, gets it out to Russell. Now Sims gets it smacked away, but ends up in Russell's hand. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Russell throws it away, stolen by Tasia Goodman. She's going to slow it down, dribble out of trouble. Gets it across the line. Now Corey People, Goodman. Eldridge now with the ball all the way over to Goodman. Goodman's going to drive towards the baseline, gets it inside to Carey. Carey looks like she might have been fouled from behind, but she misses it. Janiyah Jones with the ball now, bringing it the other way. She's going to go the whole way and gets the layup. 30-29, it is a 1-point lead for the Dragons. Struggling to score coming out of the locker room. Now Eldridge. Eldridge gets it into Johnson. Johnson over to People. Now down low to Carey. Carey drives across the lane, misses the shot. Dixon throws it over to Sims, and they're going to call a foul on Madison Carey. Madison Carey's going to pick up her third foul. Oh, they call. They got an intentional foul on Madison Carey. So Jariah Russell will go to the line. They call an intentional foul.
Janiyah Jones will shoot the free throws.
So Russell goes to the line for free throws. Missed the first free throw. It's getting a little wild in here. Fans are a little upset. Coach Barnes is upset. Second free throw. Makes that one, ties it at 30 apiece.
That foul on Madison Carey was her third personal.
Carey picks up her. That's her third foul. And so it's 30 apiece, 7:46 left in the third quarter. Carey comes out, India Young comes in for her. And this is the first time it's been tied. They're going to call a foul on India Young, and then a converted basket for Janiyah Jones. Fouls on India Young. That is her first foul. Janiyah Jones goes to the line, 69.2% free throw shooter. India Young will come out of the game for Kalani Corcoran. Makes that one, takes a 3-point lead. First lead of the game for the Hawks. Now Tasia Goodman gets across the line, gets it over to Eldridge. Eldridge inside to Corey People. Corey People gets around defender. They call a foul, and she's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. 74.3% free throw shooter.
Hawks foul number 13, Jariah Russell.
Jariah Russell, that's her second foul.
Corey People at the line, shooting 2.
First free throw is in and out. The Dragons can cut it to a 2-point lead. Corey People makes the second one, 33-31. Dragons are down by 2. All right, Dixon gets it up to Janiyah Jones, who gets it back. Jones misses the shot, rebounded by Quatasia Johnson. Excellent defense by Kalani Corcoran. Now Corey People with the ball. Gets it almost and turns, nope, smacked out of bounds by Janaea Sims. So it will remain Dragons ball, 23 seconds left on the shot clock. Kalani Corcoran will inbound the ball. Corcoran gets it out to Tasia Goodman. Now Corcoran. Eldridge inside to Johnson. Johnson turnaround jumper hits that one. Quatasia Johnson ties it up 33-all. As the Dragons fans cheer them when Mariah Jones gets it to Janiyah Jones. Now Sims for 3. Misses everything. Johnson comes down with the ball. Tasia Goodman bounces over to Johnson. Now Eldridge. Now People. People throws it all the way over to Tasia Goodman. Goodman, step back, deep 2. Misses it. Rebounded by Corey People. Misses her putback, and then a battle. They're going to call an offensive foul on Corey People. And then they tee up Corey People. Corey People just got a technical foul. Coach Barnes is enraged with the technical foul on Corey People. Mariah Jones will go to the line to shoot her technical free throws. There's a lot of discussion going on. A lot of confusion in the court. All right, Mariah Jones will go to the line for free throws, technical free throws.
The foul is on number 2. A technical foul is going to assess to number 2, Corey People. That's their third free throw.
All right, Jones now goes to the line. She is a 52% free throw shooter. Misses the first one.
Jones at the line, 1 shot remaining.
And now, second free throw coming her way. Both are no good. And so it will remain a 33-all game. It will be Hawks ball. Mariah Jones gets it into Janiyah Jones. And we're back underway. Sims, now Jones. Over to Russell. Mariah Jones gets it, drives, kicks it out to Sims. Sims is going to drive baseline, gets it inside to Dixon, and they're going to call an offensive foul. And that is on Dixon. That is her 4th foul. That is her 4th foul. Sarah Deese and India Young will come into the game for the Dragons for Lillian Eldridge and Quatasia Johnson. Dixon is 1 foul away from fouling out of this game. Deese gets it inbound to Goodman. And we're all tied up. Dragons trying to take the lead back. Gets it to Corey People. Corey People back out to Corcoran. Corcoran gets over to Goodman. It's kick ball by Mariah Jones. So remain Dragons ball. Corcoran gets it into Goodman. Goodman over to Deese. Now Goodman inside to Corcoran, who turns around jumper, takes a 2-point lead, 35-33. Jones over to Sims. Sims shoots a 3 in response and retakes the lead, 36-35. Now Goodman. Sims is the three-point shooter coming into today's game, 34% from three-point range. Now Corey People inside to India Young. India Young needs help, gets it to Deese. Deese out to People. People for 3. Misses that one. India Young with the rebound and gets the putback. Back up 37-36. Dragons take a 1-point lead, and the fans are getting a little loud in here. Mariah Jones now hands it off to Janiyah Jones. Now Sims back out to Mariah Jones. Jones gets it inside to Russell. Russell out to Janiyah Jones. Jones goes baseline floater, misses it, rebounded by India Young, and now they're heading the other way. India Young gets around her defender, dribbles it off her leg and out of bounds. So a turnover by the Dragons. .451 left in the third quarter. Now Mariah Jones is going to bring it up the court. Gets it over to Janiyah Jones. Janiyah Jones gets blocked by Kalani Corcoran, and then it goes to Corey People, now heading the other way. Gets it up to Tasia Goodman. Goodman misses the layup. It drops down to Kalani Corcoran. Now a battle for the ball, and they're going to call a foul. Somebody needs to retire after this game. That foul's on Kalani Corcoran. So free throws now coming. Jariah Russell goes to the line. She's a 47% free throw shooter. Chance to take the lead. Russell, first free throw, makes that one, ties the game up 37 all. And Russell, second one, makes that a lead now, 38-31. Dragons are down. Now Corey People gets it across the line. She's gonna get a pick from her teammate. Out to Goodman. Goodman for 3. Makes that one. 2-point lead by the Dragons, 40-38. They get a 3 to drop for them. That's only the second made 3 of the game for the Dragons. Now Mariah Jones tries to answer with the 3, and she does. Makes it 41-40. We got a score fest going on here. All right, Tasia Goodman with the ball. Over to Corey People. People all the way across the Deese. Deese gets it inside to Corey People, and People gets it baseline past Sarah Deese. A timeout called by Coach LeCount of the Hawks. We're going to step away. 42-41, Dragons up, 3:41 left in the third quarter. All right, we are back here in Columbia. Ref was checking the book, and now we're back underway. The Hawks inbounded. Janiyah Jones gets it from Mariah Jones, and she gets it back to her. Dragons are up by 1, and Corey People smacks the ball away. It's going to go out of bounds. Dragons wanted to press right across the midway line. Now Mariah Jones looking to get it into Janiyah Jones. She does. Gets it up to Mariah Jones. Now Sims a good drive baseline, throws a wild hookup, misses it. And Sarah Deese gets the rebound, gets it to Tasia Goodman. Dragons want to stretch their lead like they did in the first half. Corey People now for 3. Misses that, rebounded by Sarah Deese, who gets it to India Young by way of a bounce. She turns around, misses that jumper. Battle for the ball, it's knocked out of bounds. It looked like it went off of Dixon, and the ref gives it to the Hawks. This is unreal right now. This is unreal. All right, Mariah Jones now with the ball for the Hawks. Janiyah Jones. And stolen away by Sarah Deese. She's going to get it up to Corey People, and Corey People makes the layup on the other end. Excellent play. 3-point lead by the Dragons. Now Mariah Jones with the ball. Gets it over to Sims. Now Mariah Jones throws up a shot, misses it. Sarah Deese gets it off of her head. And now Janiyah Jones steps in, misses a 2-point jumper. India Young gets it. So the Dragons are able to make up for that failure to get that rebound. Tasia Goodman with the ball. Now Deese. Deese bounces over to Young. Young's going to drive along the baseline, post up, and they're going to call a travel on India Young. Trying to do a little too much there. 2:08 left in the third quarter. We are setting up for a very intense fourth quarter. Mariah Jones gets it in to Russell. Russell's going to bring it up. It looks like 2 players are limping for this Hawks team. Mariah Jones good drive in, gets blocked by Corcoran, and it goes out of bounds. I thought it went off of the Hawks, but they're going to say it went off of the Dragons. Jones gets it into Mariah Jones, now Sims, now Russell inside to Dixon. Dixon throws it out to Mariah Jones. Mariah Jones spins around, kicks it out to Janiyah Jones. Janiyah Jones steps, pops a shot, misses it, rebounded by Corcoran. And now Goodman heading the other way. Inside to Corcoran. Corcoran, 2-point jumper, a little too strong, rebounded by Russell. Russell's going to head the other way, slows it down. Now Mariah Jones with the ball. Under 1.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Sims, good drive, throws up a wild shot. They're going to call a offensive foul on Sims. I thought they called that a defensive foul. No basket. Janiyah Sims fouled out of this game. That is her 5th foul. A timeout is called by the Hawks. So we are going to step away. It's 44-41, 1:16 left in the third quarter. All right. 41-44, Dragons up 3 points, 1:16 left in the third quarter. Hawks will be down to 4 players when we're back. All right, we're back. Dragons now have a one-person advantage the rest of this game. Dragons up 3. Tasia Goodman. Now Corcoran. Corcoran gets fouled. So she will go line for 2. That foul's on number 13, Russell. Russell picks up her 3rd foul. Lillian Eldridge will come into this game for Sarah Deese.
Kalani Corcoran at the line, 2 shots.
Corcoran gets the first one to drop. Makes it a 45-41 game. Makes the second one 46-41. And now Mariah Jones with the ball. Again, this game doesn't really matter other than home court dominance for the Dragons. Corey People steals the ball away from Russell. They have already secured the 2 seed in the Region 20 tournament, which is big. Cortasia Johnson misses the jumper, rebounded by Mariah Jones. The 2 seed is big. That means you will only have to face, in theory, CCBC Essex in the final. Now Russell with the ball gets it over to Mariah Jones. Jones throws up a 3, hits it. Tough shot, cuts it to a 2-point lead. 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The Dragons will have to give another possession to this Hawks team. Now Kalani Corcoran gets fouled by number 13, Jariah Russell. That'll be her 4th foul. And Kalani Corcoran will go back to the line.
Kalani Corcoran at the line, shooting 2.
Corcoran with the first free throw. Makes that one. 47-44, 3-point lead. Has a chance to make it a 4-point lead with this one. Makes that one as well. 19.9 seconds left. It can be Hawks ball for the final possession if they want. Down 4, Russell. Now Jones, I'm sorry. Now to Janiyah Jones. Jones drives, gets fouled. Fouls on Kalani Corcoran. Janiyah Jones goes to the line for free throws. First free throw, misses that one. Some would say ball don't lie. Second free throw, makes that one, cuts it to a 3-point lead, 2.8 seconds. Tasia Goodman has to get it up, throws it up. Ooh, just misses the 3 to end the quarter. 48-45 is the score at the end of 3. Dragons up 3. We'll be back. All right, start of the fourth quarter here in Columbia. Dragons will have the first possession. Lillian Eldridge gets it over to Tasia Goodman. Now Corey People, she's going to shoot a three. Misses that. It goes out of bounds. It will go to the Hawks. Madison Carey will come back into the game. So Madison Carey will have to wait. Now Janiyah Jones gets the inbound. All right, Janiyah Jones now with it. She loses the ball, but Russell comes down with it, throws up a wild floater in the lane, misses it. Battle for the same team. Rebounded to Kalani Corcoran. Now Corey People with the ball. Gets it inside to Eldridge. Eldridge misses the shot. Rebounded by Mariah Jones. Jones is going to throw it all the way up to Russell. And Jones just can barely walk. Now Janiyah Jones for three. Misses that. Rebounded by Lillian Eldridge. And Goodman now with the ball. Johnson to Eldridge. Eldridge tries to throw it down low. It's tipped away and now stolen by the Hawks. Russell misses the layup. Rebounded by Johnson. India Young and Madison Carey and Sarah Deese will come into this game. Goodman now. And she gets it smacked away. It's going to stay Dragons ball. All right, Eldridge, Corcoran, and Goodman come out for Carey, Young, and Deese. Deese inbounds it to Goodman. Goodman to Young. Now People thought about the three, gets it over to Sarah Deese. Sarah Deese will shoot the three. Misses it, rebounded by Dixon. And now Janiyah Jones with the ball. Gonna bring it up the court for the Hawks. Dribbles behind her back, picks up her dribble, and then she gets called for a travel. Dragons still protecting a 3-point lead. 8:18 left in the fourth quarter. Deese gets it inbound to Goodman. Corey People inside to Young. Young throws it. Madison Carey can't handle the pass. It's saved by Tasia Goodman. Now People inside to Carey. Carey gets it over to India Young. India Young gets blocked on the shot. Now heading the other way. India Young will steal it. Madison Carey ends up with it. So Dragons are essentially playing 3.5 people. Mariah Jones cannot handle it. She's definitely injured on her leg. There's a timeout called by Coach Barnes. There'll be 23 seconds left on the shot clock when we're back. 7:44 left in the fourth quarter. 48-45. Dragons up 3. All right, back here in Columbia. Dragons going to start back with the ball. Hawks join them out on the court. And Sarah Deese looking to inbound the ball. Gets it into Tasia Goodman. Now Corey People shoots the three. Makes that one. 6-point lead by the Dragons. Now Mariah Jones has the ball. She's going to try and drive, gets it out to Russell. Russell's going to try and drive, gets it to Janiyah Jones. Janiyah Jones, a 2-point shot in the lane, gets it to drop. Much needed basket for the Hawks. Goodman now with the ball on the other side for the Dragons. Inside to Young. Young needs some help. She's got to throw up the shot. Misses it. Rebounded by Mariah Jones. Now up to Russell. Russell will shoot a three. Makes that one and cuts it to a 1-point lead. Dragons up 51-50. 6:47. A much closer game than anticipated today for the Dragons. India Young. Now People. Now Goodman for three. Misses that. Rebounded by Dixon. Now Janiyah Jones heading the other way. A chance to take the lead. She misses the floater in the lane, and then a foul is going to be called on Janiyah Jones. That is going to be her first.
That's their first personal.
All right, back underway. Tasia Goodman gets the inbound from Sarah Deese. Now Corey People. Corey People. Throws it away. Mariah Jones with the steal. She's going to throw it up to Russell. Russell misses it. And then it's out of bounds. It's going to be off of India Young. So it will stay with the Hawks. Down one. All right, inbound to Dixon. Dixon's going to pop a two-point jumper. Misses it. Madison Carey gets the rebound, and now Tasia Goodman brings it to the other end. India Young inside to Carey. Carey, and they're going to call a foul on Mariah Jones. I felt like that might have been a charge.
Foul number 3, Mariah Jones. That's their
So a
first
timeout is called. We're going to step away. 5:48 left in the fourth quarter. 51-50 is the score. We'll be back. All right, back here in Columbia, it will be Dragons ball along the baseline. Sarah Deese will look to inbound it. She gets it into Corey People. Corey People will shoot a three, misses it, battle for the rebound, goes to Janiyah Jones. And now she's going to bring it up the court. She's going to go all the way, and then they're going to call a foul on Tasia Goodman. So Jones will go to the line for 2 free throws. 69.2. That's Goodman's third foul. Quatasia Johnson will come back into this game. Jones has a chance to take a lead here.
Johnson replacing Madison Carey.
Madison Carey comes out of the game for Quatasia Johnson. Misses the first one. Now Jones, second one. Misses that one, rebounded by Johnson. India Young, Deese, all the way over to Corey People. She thinks about it, throws it all the way over to Goodman. She can't handle it. Inside to Johnson. Now India Young misses the bank shot. Battle for the rebound. Corey People ends up with it. Now Goodman for three. Makes that one. 54-50, a 4-point lead by the Dragons. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Mariah Jones gets it up to Russell. Now Tia Dixon over to Russell. Russell, turnaround jumper, misses it. That would have been really nice. India Young with the rebound gets up to Tasia Goodman. Now the Dragons, if they can just settle in, they can run away with this game here. India Young, and that is going to be an offensive foul on India Young. And now Kalani Corcoran's going to come into the game. Good job by Mariah Jones taking that contact. India Young comes out for Kalani Corcoran. That is India Young's second foul. Now Jones inbounds it to Tia Dixon, gets it up to Russell. And now Jones gets the pass back. She's gonna kick it out to Russell again. Russell thinks about it. Now gets it out to Janiyah Jones. Jones shoots a three and hits that one. Cuts it to a 1-point lead again. Janiyah Jones putting a team on her back. All right, Sarah Deese. Now Corey People thinks about draining the three in return. In and out. Battle for the rebound goes to Tasia Goodman. Now Quatasia Johnson. Kalani Corcoran. Nice ball movement by the Dragons. Makes it a 3-point game again. 4 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Russell gets it across the line. Gets it to Janiyah Jones. Jones gonna drive across the lane. Gets blocked from behind by Corcoran. Corcoran ends up with the steal. And now Goodman brings it up the court. She's going to shoot a deep two. Misses it. Corey People able to save the ball. Bounces it back to Sarah Deese. Inside to Corcoran. Corcoran gets fouled by Mariah Jones. That, I believe, is her fourth. That is Mariah Jones' fourth foul. So they have two players. Mariah Jones and Jariah Russell both have 4 fouls. First free throw for Corcoran, misses it. All right, second free throw for Corcoran. Makes that one, makes it a 4-point game. Dragons have not been able to stretch it further than a 4-point lead. Dixon gets it to Janiyah Jones. Jones is going to drive baseline, throws it all the way out. Stolen away by Corey People. Now Corey People heading down, and she's going to get the layup. Nice layup, and that stretches it out even further. 59-53. Dragons are up. A timeout is called by the Hawks. We're going to step away. 59-53. 3:14 left in the fourth quarter. Dragons starting to pull away. All right, back here, the Dragons are on the court. We have Goodman, Corcoran, Johnson, Eldridge, and People, and going up against Russell, Mariah Jones, Janiyah Jones, and Tia Dixon. And Dragons are going to run some press. Dixon gets it into Janiyah Jones. Janiyah Jones is going to have to bring it up the court, gets it up there. She's going to go coast to coast, pick up her dribble, gets it back to Mariah Jones. Mariah Jones fires off a three, banks it in. Tough shot, and cuts it to a 3-point lead, 59-56. Dragons are up. Now Corey People thought about it. She's going to kick it out to Eldridge. Now extra pass to Goodman, extra pass to Corcoran. And People open for three. Misses that one, gets her own rebound, and she's going to take it all the way. Missed that. Battle for the rebound. Corey People comes down with it. And she's going to slow it down. Now People, Eldridge. People. Going to drive in, throws up a floater off the backboard and in. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Corey People. Mariah Jones. It's Corey People's fourth foul. Now Janiyah Jones with the ball. Gets it up. She's going to bring it all the way. Misses that. Rebounded by Lillian Eldridge. She's going to bring it up the court. She's going to take on everybody. Misses the layup. Corey People battles for the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds off of Corey People. And I just think everybody's baffled in here, man. There was contact somewhere. It's either offensive or defensive foul. Now Janiyah Jones with the ball. Chance to tie it up with the three. She dribbles it between her legs. She drives. Brings it back out, hands it to Mariah Jones. Mariah Jones is going to drive baseline, spin around, wild shot. Just a little too strong. Rebounded by Corey People. Corey People has to be careful. She has 4 fouls. Tasia Goodman for 3. Misses that. Rebounded by Dixon. Gets it to Mariah Jones. Mariah Jones gets it all the way up. 1:36 left in this game. Russell with the ball. Hands it off to Jones even though they ran into each other. Now Jones gets it out to Russell. Russell going to get a pick from her teammate. Turnaround jumper. Makes that one. I thought that was a travel, but what a shot by Jariah Russell. And now Tasia Goodman with the ball. 1:15 left. The Dragons are only up by 1 point to a 4-person Hawks team. Now Corey People inside to Corcoran. Corcoran misses that. Rebounded by Jones. Now Jones going to bring it up the court. She's getting pressed and then stolen away by Corey People. Corey People gets her defender and she misses it, but they're going to call a foul. The foul is going to be on Tia Dixon. That will be her 4th.
Maryland foul number 5, Tia Dixon. That's her 4th personal. Corey People at the line.
Corey People goes to the line for 2 shots. 74.3% from the line. Up by 1. 2 makes it a 3-point game with 52.3 seconds left. Corey People misses the first one. All right, second free throw coming. Misses that one. Russell gets the rebound, but she almost throws it away. Mariah Jones somehow comes down with it. Now Jones is stolen away by Lillian Eldridge, but she steps out of bounds. So it will remain Hawks ball. A timeout by Coach Barnes. We're a step away, 59-58, 42.2 seconds left. Hawks ball when we return. All right, Dragons back out on the court. They are being joined by the Hawks. The Hawks a person down. 42.2 seconds left, so the Dragons will be guaranteed to have the ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. And Russell looking to inbound the ball, gets it out to Janiah Jones. Team down one. They want to isolate. Now Jones going to drive in, throws up a floater, misses it. Rebounded by Eldridge. Eldridge, a jump ball is called. It's going to go to the Hawks. So Hawks will have the ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 31.8 seconds. Russell's going to look to inbound. There is so much tension in the building. Jones now drives, throws up a floater, gets blocked, misses it, and Corcoran ends up with the ball. Now no time on the shot clock. They need to foul. Eldridge with the ball. Now people, they need to foul. Goodman turns it over. Now Mariah Jones with the ball. Over to Janiah Jones. It goes out of bounds. It will be Dragons ball. This is just hectic right now. All right. Dragons will have a chance to inbound. They're going to have to make some free throws. Lillian Eldridge with it. She gets by. Throws it all the way up to Corey People, and that will be the end of the game. Dragons somehow pull out a victory, 59-58. They will improve to 15-8 on the season, 8-1 in the conference, 8-1 at home. We will be back with an interview with Coach Barnes, I think. I'm not sure. All right, Matt Trudell back here with Coach Barnes. Coach, a win is a win. Improved to 8-1 on the season at home, 15-8 overall. What's your overall thoughts on tonight?
Thank God time ran out. We will definitely take the win. That was not our best showing. I am not happy with how we played, but at the end of the day, we got the W, so I'm happy about that.
You had two double-doubles. India Young, a lot of success in the paint tonight. Excellent rebounding performance by your team. How do you fix this going into a very tough CCBC Essex team?
We just have to be better in practice and shoot around. I've been telling them all year about our focus and our effort and energy in practice, and they just continue, or we as a team continue to believe that we can have bad practices and then turn around and have good games. And tonight was an example of that's not the case. We have to be better at practice. We have to be more focused. We just have to pay better attention and play much better.
Congratulations on locking up the 2 seed in the Region 20 tournament, and I will be talking to you next Tuesday.
Thank you. See you then.
All right, everybody. Final score 59-58. Dragons improved to 15-8 on the season, 8-1 in the conference, 8-1 at home. We will be back shortly for the next broadcast of the men's game.